Okay guys, today I just want to go over something real quick with you. I did a video years ago about sharpening blades. Now I'm going to show you the fastest way, the best way to sharpen blades that I know of. So, your typical blade, the thing you want to remember, if you can see this right here, okay? If you look at this, you want to keep that same pitch all the time. When they come from the factory, they have a certain pitch to them. You don't want it to pitch this way, and you don't want it to pitch almost straight across. So you want to try and maintain this type of pitch right here. So what I do, put them in here, in a vise. Now, these blades are just about completely done. But it's good enough to show you guys just the principle on how to do this, okay? So this here, they always round off on the ends. Just the ends are constantly hitting. So I've done thousands and thousands and thousands of jobs for customers throughout the years, and there's something to be said about this method. People said early on, they're like, oh, you got to take this thing and you got to balance it on something. You got to, you know, put a pencil in here and balance it. I don't even have anything to put it on, but you know, whatever. They say you got to balance it. You know, take enough off of that side and take enough off of this side and all that bullshit. That is exactly what it is. It's bullshit. I have been doing this for 22 years, okay? And I have never balanced these blades, ever. And I have not spent any armatures that have gone out are just sheer wear and tear that I've, you know, for 10 years, all of a sudden, or 8 years, maybe an armature will go out of a mower, right? But, or not an armature, but a spindle, rather. But anyway, so I don't believe in that. I think you could waste a shit ton of time trying to grind a bunch off of here or a little more off of there to try and make this thing balance. And I think the way the bearings are made today in those decks, in those spindles, at least on the Gravely's, now I've been running Gravely mowers most of my life, but I've had zero issues with them. So one will go out here and there, but that's just a constant wear. You know what I mean? So that being said, here's what you need. You need a grinder with a grinding wheel for steel. Okay, so this will grind the steel off, all right? And then what we're gonna do, I'm gonna show you guys what I do. And I place this at an angle, okay? I try to follow the same angle. You'll be able to tell if you're off because it's gonna shine up. If I tilt it too far this way, I'll see a shine come across the top of this, and the shine needs to stay even and level. And what else I do, I lock this thing into my body when I'm doing it. Once I get it right where I want it to be, this is where people struggle, right here, because they let this thing wander, or they try and control it with their wrists, okay? Your wrists are flimsy, and they move, and they're gonna get tired as this thing is going, you know, and it's going over and over again. Guys like to go really light on it, and that's a big mistake. Don't go light, bear down on that thing. You'll see, once I go back and forth and I watch my shine until I get that shine perfectly at the angle I want, then I start putting the wood to this thing. I just start getting into it, I lock it into my body, I put pressure on this thing, and I start grinding, okay? That's what I want you to see. That's a mistake a lot of people make. Now, because I'm older, I gotta wear these, but always have the safety glasses on as well. Make sure this is tight, which I've already done. Keep your fingers back out of the way. Take a look at that blade. All right, got it sharp all the way across the end, but it'll take just a few seconds. Once you find what you're looking for, which is that right angle, I'll show you, I'll give you an example of the wrong angle. That's the wrong angle. Do you see that? You see the shine that I'm talking about right on top of this thing? That's not what I want. That'll round that thing right off. I'll show you another wrong angle. See what I've done here? I've got it down at this angle and then it bends up over. That's not what you want. Now I'm going to do it the correct way. basically, my body is what's doing the cutting, okay? The other mistake that guys make, actually, you see how these are rounded off? These are round off by themselves in the mower. They just do. They just round off. But don't do this. Don't sit here and take a bunch of time. Don't help it out by rounding the thing off even more. Don't do that, okay? How I lock this in, because this stops all of this kind of thing. My wrist, neither one of them or both of them together, do not have enough strength to sit here and hold this thing where it needs to be. But when I lock it into my body, watch how I do this. As soon as I watch the shine, and I'm like, okay, I'm a little off, I'll have to tilt it a little bit, but as soon as I find what's working, I lock it in and I put some weight on it. All right, so if you can take a look at this blade and you'll see kind of what I was talking about. So I don't waste a lot of time on the end. I go straight off. I don't go down on it at all, and I lock it into my body. So again, once you decide what you're gonna do, when I'm moving this, I can see my shine is different all the time. But once I got it, I lock in, I lean in, and I put some weight on. And do not let go of this handle, and don't let your knuckles go into the blade at all. Just keep it back here on this end, okay? That is the fastest way that I know of to sharpen blades. I've tried it a million different times. I've tried the blade sharpening machines, and I will take this all day long over those machines. Look how long it takes to do this. Nice razor edge on it. Thing is within seconds. Here's your typical blade. Time it out. You guys can do it any way you want, but this is the way I do it. Remember, lock it into your body. And that is the fastest way I know how to do mower blades. I hope you guys learned something today from this. And if anybody else has a better way of doing it, share with us what your way is. We'd like to hear it. Thanks for watching.